Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Panther Panchali. And this is from director Satyajit Ray, and this is one of his most famous films, one of the most famous directors in the history of Indian cinema, and this is part of our Filmstagram movie club, and I haven't seen a whole lot of Indian cinema. I've seen some Bollywood films when I was in school, some of those musicals, and I remember seeing Gully Boy in theaters a couple years ago, and I actually absolutely love that film. But India is definitely one of those countries where I haven't dove too deeply into their cinema, and I was interested to give Panther Panchali a try because obviously this is something new for me, and this is an engrossing and intimate film. And what's interesting is this film focuses on this family, this young boy Apu, and how his mother and sister and him are dealing with father leaving and what's going on in their village, and the father going off and trying to find work because they're impoverished. You see a lot of these characters walking around with not a whole lot of clothes, not a whole lot of possessions, dirty a lot, walking through the mud. And what Ray is able to do is really capture this life and this community, this sense of lifestyle of these characters and their struggle. And it's very contemplative in the way that Ray will go stretches of time without much dialogue and just kind of taking in the environment that we're in and watching these characters, living their lives. And what's interesting is you have all of these characters, for the most part, played by Kanu Banerjee, Karuna Banerjee, and Subir Banerjee, and have all these amateur actors portraying this family together, and it's very endearing. It's very moving. This film, like I said before, feels very intimate, whether it's through the direction, through the acting, very relatable, and it isn't something with a big plot. It's very much following these characters around, watching their struggle, and this just popped into my head, but a comparison, obviously it's not dealing with the aftermath of nuclear bombs, but Grave of the Fireflies is very much this pair walking around, this brother and sister dealing with their struggles, and just we follow them along and experience their struggles with them. And this film feels that way in terms of looking at this family who the husband, who's a priest, goes off and tries to find work to bring money back to them, and it leaves the mother and the two children together, and you see them sharing harsh nights, sleeping together, going through illness, going through all these different things. And there's really emotional and tragic moments throughout this film too that hit very impactfully. And this film commentates a lot on this class structure, the sense of humanity, and how people struggle and thrive and try to live their best lives. And it's a very beautiful film as well. This just striking black and white. This film was from 1955. The cinematography from Subrata Mitra is beautiful. That black and white is gorgeous. And there's wonderful close-ups, especially of shots of Apu, this young boy, with his smile, that childhood glee. And then you have those moments where you have that sadness, and they're able to use that camera to capture those emotions so well. Some of the best moments in this film are quiet, don't have dialogue. You have a moment with the mother experiencing some heavy emotions and just falling upon the shoulder of a friend, and as the camera just holds on there, and you know exactly how they're feeling. This film speaks very well with its emotions, and along with all of that, one of the most impactful and wonderful things with Ravi Shankar, who is very famous Indian musician, doing the score for this. This is a killer score. throughout the whole entire film is very engrossing and just really emotes the culture of this film and the emotion, because it works on those different levels. It makes me feel and connect with these characters, but it also sets the stage for the background and the culture of this story. And it's really dynamic in that way. This whole film makes you really feel engrossed in this community and this culture that is foreign to me. And it was a cool thing to be able to get lost in it during this 2 hours and 5 minutes, whether it was watching the glee of young children or the sadness of loss and coming to grips with the very real things that we deal with in life. But overall, despite the fact that they're not like a bunch of famous, well-trained actors in this film, it feels very intimate, and this is definitely one of those examples of a film that works so well because of it. Because you feel these people that feel very real, and that's what this film feels, intimate and real. And I highly recommend checking out Panchali. I got to watch it on the Criterion channel, so go check it out. But those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.